Austin Scott. He sits on the Armed Services Committee. Congressman, it's a pleasure to see you, sir. I wanted to get your reaction to some other headlines out there. Quote, Navy teaches correct pronoun use. Army cuts pay from over 60,000 unvaccinated National Guard. Army soldiers must shower with transgendered persons. U.S. military marches in front of pride flag, no American flag in sight. Congressman, simple question. In your opinion, is the Biden regime and the brass in the U.S. military compromising the ability of our armed forces to keep us safe?
Oh, absolutely. And if you look at the number of people that are being pushed out of the military, either by force or voluntary leaving because of a social agenda that they did not sign up for, we also don't have the people that are coming in that we would need to replace the troop levels that we're losing because of people that are either leaving by force or voluntarily because they don't want to participate in the social agenda of the Democratic Party today. And so it's not enough to just say, hey, you go do your thing, we'll go do ours. I mean, the Democratic agenda now demands that you actually worship, certain flags and other things that most people candidly simply just want to be left alone about.
Mm-hmm. And it's not the United States military's job to do any of this. Meantime, sir, the House is taking up its annual National Defense Authorization Act. Congressman Adam Schiff's NDAA amendment seeks to block oversight records of some military operations. Now, analysts say he's doing this to stop guys like you, members of the Republican Party, when they take over, if they take over next year in Congress, for apparently conducting oversight. Apparently, Mr. Schiff wants to cover up everything he's been doing, sir. Where do you stand on Mr. Schiff's amendment?
Yeah, well, it will have to be taken out. And let's talk about him for just a second. There are two committees that the American citizens really need to function without partisanship. One of them is the Armed Services Committee, and the other is the Intel Committee. Those are the two committees that have the most to do with our security right here at home. And up to and until Adam Schiff became the chair of the Intelligence Committee, we had that. He destroyed that bipartisanship. And I'm going to tell you, there are two people that are Democrats that are on the Intel Committee right now that when we take over do not need to be allowed to serve there. One of them is Adam Schiff. He's a special kind of individual that has no business on the Intelligence Committee. Candidly, he has no business in Congress, but we have a democracy and the people from that state have the right to elect him. But he does not need to have access to the most sensitive information that this country has. And the other one, candidly, is someone who had an affair with a Chinese spy that the Democrats continue to promote. It's baffling to me that they would do this. So there are two people that are on the Intel Committee right now that if the Republicans take over, I do not expect we will allow to serve there. What he's doing is dangerous. Yeah. If our National Guard is out there on patrol because they have to be called in, not because they want to be, but because they have to be called in to provide a secure area for the citizens of this United States, and they see something that is going on illegal, and if they happen to have video evidence of somebody committing a crime, Adam Schiff doesn't think that they should be able to submit that evidence, and that evidence should be able to be used in a court of law. It's a ridiculous amendment that he's put forward.
It is a disgrace. Adam Schiff is a disgrace, and so is Congressman Fang, who you made reference to. There's growing outrage in the meantime over reports that an illegal alien with a criminal history in this country allegedly raped a 10-year-old girl in Ohio. A Guatemalan national has been charged with this heinous crime, and an ICE official has confirmed he's in our country illegally, as are millions of others in the last 2 years alone. For years, Congressman, through vacuous laws, immigration laws and asylum laws, the Republican Party has worked hand in glove with Democrats to promote illegal immigration. The Democrats doing it for votes, the Republicans doing it allegedly for the business community. But they've been doing it against the will of the American people. Doesn't that, along with your GOP leadership, need to change?
Absolutely. It has to change for the security of the country. And if you go to Guatemala, if you go to Salvador, if you go to Honduras, I've been to several of those countries in Central and South America, and you talk to the leadership of those countries, they will tell you It is the leadership of the United States that is on TV that is giving the impression that anybody can come to this country and they're going to have free health care, free education, and free food that is leading to the migration into this country. And so you don't have to go too far. You just have to listen to the leadership of those other countries that the people are coming from, and they'll tell you what the United States needs to stop. This has been going on for far too long. We have no idea who is in this country. We know what they brought into this country in many cases, tremendous pounds of fentanyl, enough to kill the majority of the people in this country. And it has to be stopped. Now, President Trump did his best to stop it. President Trump offered solutions to other things like DACA that the Democrats have said they wanted. They rejected a DACA solution under President Trump because they don't care about these people. Let's make no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Democrats do not care about these people. So it's got to be stopped. Our Border Patrol, my heart goes out to them. They're out there doing the best they can on a daily basis. If you look at all of the accusations that were levied against the Border Patrol out there on horseback, doing a very, very tough job in a very dangerous situation, it came out that all of those accusations against the Border Patrol were false. And what did they do? They attacked them for using bad language.
Exactly. They trumped up some other charges on these guys just for optics. It's again, another disgrace. I hear the buzzer in the background. Congressman, I know you got to get to work, so we appreciate it. Congressman Austin Scott, thank you for being here on the Salcedo Show.